And we're live. Yay. Good evening, everybody.
We're on.
Welcome. Hello, Martin.
Good evening, South Africa. Good evening, world.
evening.
Welcome to New Music Mondays.
Mondays.
Look at you guys.
And
Look how
I've got a guest.
flash.
I don't even put our name
Hey.
on the blow because it's just like, let's just get him straight on.
We have a
Like,
yeah,
I wasn't going to
because
mess around today.
you would have to have had the shot like that, and then you could have gone.
Oh,
And
damn. Why
introduce
didn't you
it.
tell me that? You should have done that. And introduce it. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, hold on. Let's try that again. Okay, let's go. Hang on. Let's do it. Go, Martin. Okay, go. Martin's doing it. Martin's in control.
I'll do it from here. Yeah. Okay.
You got it right there.
Welcome to New Music Mondays.
Look, we've got a guest in studio. And
There he is.
And then I go, and there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Ross Harding.
Hey.
Hang on.
Fantastic.
Fuck, I got the wrong one. It's Monday.
And we have begun with just as much class as ever.
It's the best applause I've got in months.
Fantastic.
Good evening, Ross.
Have some
Welcome
more- have
to
some
New
more
Music
then.
Mondays. Martin's also got
Yeah,
one.
have some more.
So we've got lots of these little desks around.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. How's it, gents?
Good. Great to have you. And
Thank
it's a
you.
very special evening as well because this man has dropped a brand new music video, new album coming, everything. He's one of our favorite artists to have on DiscovrTV. You've probably seen the Ross Harding band. You've seen I've forgotten your other band now. Can you believe that?
Me too.
Damn it, I've forgotten the name.
Which band?
The other band. Don't worry. That band.
Your band.
That band. That band. I've gone blank.
The Black Harbor.
Black
Band.
Harbour.
Blues Band. Yes, Black Harbor Blues Band. We've
Look
had
at
obviously
that. Come
Discover
on.
as well.
Come on. I was in there. Come on. I think that's pretty good for a bit of fast research, Martin. Well done.
Quick.
So yeah, very excited to have Ross in studio with us today, chatting about his new album coming out soon, brand new single, brand new music video, which we're going to be playing here tonight as well, and just chatting a little bit about what he's been up to, and also getting his expert opinion on some of the new music that we're going to be playing
Yeah.
tonight, some new music videos. So
That's going to
quite
be
excited
cool.
to
It's like
see.
having
what Ross
it's like
has to
having a
say.
new co-host. I feel like I might
I
be
know.
being edged out.
We can do that. Watch.
Edged out? No, I'm not being edged. Oh my God, I am being edged out. Look at that. I am literally.
edge, nudge,
I've
nudge, that way.
literally been edged out.
I didn't touch anything, by the way.
With
That was
friends
all-
like these. With friends like these.
No.
Dear me.
And, yeah.
No, I want to ask actually something, Jules.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've had a guest in the studio with you on New Music Mondays?
It actually might be.
I think it might be.
I think it might be. You actually might have a point. From what I can think
I've
of,
been bending Jules' arm for months to do this.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
actually,
How cool.
we had
It's like the
performance
world
from
is.
the
It's
studio.
like the world is healing slowly.
Yeah. No, that's actually quite an interesting one. So yes, it is. It literally is.
Yeah, because
It
I
is
know
the
you'll
first
have
guest we've
had
had.
people in the studio on various occasions for various things, so you might not have realised it. But I think that's the first time you've got. I think Ross, this is a debut. This is the first actual in the studio guest
There's a lot of app things
that we've had
happen
in
with
South
debuts.
Africa for New Music Mondays.
Well, I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you.
Oh, well, I'm quite excited.
Yeah.
So, welcome, Ross.
Thank you for having me
Welcome.
on the show.
Okay. Well, let's just delve right into it because obviously you've been busy, to say the least. Not only obviously Black Harbor Blues, which we
Can
had
I
live.
swear on this thing?
You can do whatever the fuck
I've
you
been
want.
fucking busy.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I really don't mind.
It's
We
been
we realised.
I mean,
we
to the
don't
point
have a
that,
bleep.
that Depressed Mode even covered a Ross Harding song.
Well, I mean, if that's the ultimate accolade, surely. That's the
Yes.
point where you go, I have made it.
No, well, I don't know about made it, but having somebody like honor your music in that way is something surreal, you know.
Yeah.
That it's not. It's weird to hear a song go from like in your mind as an artist and then record it and whatever, and then influence somebody else to the point that
Mark says you're soft.
uh,
Just hold it. I don't know why we've got all this.
I had.
Mark says you're soft.
I had
I'm actually just going to get rid of the mic stand because
That
Mark
sounds
put
a
the
bit-
mic stands up. I'm just going to actually hold my microphone. It's
So
a lot
you
easier.
say you get away with
Yeah, I
that.
had
So,
all
like Mark says, you're soft is the sort of thing you can't get away
I was
with in a
like,
bar.
"Oh, you
can
didn't,
Yeah.
you didn't say
my
that
mate,
last
my
night,
mate
Mark."
says you're
Oh, Mark, you didn't say that to Ross last night.
And the banter continues. Where's Mark actually?
Mark's home. He's two houses up the road.
Oh, wonderful.
I thought he might like hang out and come play piano
was
in the
hoping that he
background.
would do
He'd
that.
like play the background music. You know that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a jazz.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
just
no.
like sitting there jamming behind us while we talk and
Or,
things
play
like that.
some lounge music.
But he bailed on
Yeah.
me. He helped me fix the fence because our tree fell down. The tree fell down today.
So
Literally.
listen, you must come here and you must fix the fence.
Yeah, so he came and helped me fix the fence. No, but he was here anyway. Obviously, he works here.
And he got over it. I was like, I'm not going to hang out with
He's not going to hang out with these clowns.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to drink non-alcoholic beer. Now, how exciting would that be? But yeah,
Why did you tell everybody that? The people think we're getting sourced up here.
I don't get, everybody knows I don't get sauce. They all know I drink non-alcoholic
No,
beers.
because
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
we're still angling for a Heineken sponsorship. It's not come through yet.
Well,
We're trying. We're trying.
We're also working right now.
Heineken Zero. There was a guy from Heineken Zero at Hell's yesterday. I did try and hit him up and didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, no joy.
Technically,
No
we're
joy.
still working as
So
well.
yeah. Anyway, let's get back to Ross. Let's chat about obviously Black Harbour Blues, and then this whole transformation into the Ross Harding music, which has been really exciting to watch. And I mean, seeing it from the outside and watching you grow the sound that you've developed under the Ross Harding, which is it's not Black Harbour Blues. It's very
So it's the Black Harbour stuff. So this is actually a perfect timed endeavor that we're doing here this evening.
Yeah.
Because I've been getting this question a lot. You know, why are you doing the Ross Harding thing? What happened to the band? Did you quit the band? And all sorts of things. And I like this opportunity because it's a chance for me to sort of give audiences a bit of insight into my process.
yeah, and your fans. And I
thinking.
mean, we're live on your page as well tonight, so I think it's a good chance for everybody who's watching on the Ross Harding page to really get an idea. So tell us about this transformation.
So the process started about 3 or 4 years ago, really. Black Harbour was, I like to refer to Black Harbour as almost like music college for me, you know, music university. Just because Black Harbour was the first band that I made some significant progress with, you know, like some international exposure, distribution deals and admin stuff and cool shows and tours. You know,
I mean, you guys
whole
played
thing.
in Italy, you played in Europe as well, so,
Yeah,
so
so
you really
we-
did.
We did all those kind of things. So I did a lot of learning and growing from playing in Black Harbour with my mate Kev Hughes and with Matt and eventually Charles, who are playing in the Ross Harding project with me now. But there's always been a part of me that has wanted to indulge in music that's less confined.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, I love the blues and it's been my passion for the longest time. And Black Harbour's evolution sort of went to a point where I felt like I'm stepping out, like quite far outside of the sort of blues and blues rock territory. And it just felt like a natural progression for me to work on something that I didn't feel like had those limitations, as it were. And so I spent a hell of a lot of time working on the Ross Harding stuff, and eventually just, you know, sort of bringing it down to a focal point. I've been working on music for the project on and off for like 3 or 4 years, as I mentioned earlier, but it really came down to this lockdown situation and COVID, and I know that, you know, I think everybody is like a bit tired of hearing about it, but
Yeah.
it did affect.
Listen, this studio was built thanks to COVID. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
COVID it encouraged us to do this.
We may as well. There's no point in
So,
pretending it didn't happen.
Yeah, no, it really did give me a strange inspiration to say, here is a unique opportunity where I don't have shows and all kinds of things that are keeping me like way too busy
Yeah.
to be able to get into the studio or this or that. So I just spent a whole bunch of time writing and recording demos and really just putting the meat behind the project. I mean, the whole environment has been extremely taxing, if I'm being dead honest. It's like to get everything sorted out in the time that I did took a lot out of me, you know.
Yeah.
The new, like completely new music, everything, websites, merchandise, like the whole lot.
A new
Like
brand, essentially.
I basically started a new business, like
Yeah.
in like 4 months, kind of thing, you know.
That's
So
hard
it's
work. I was looking at the website just now. Ross, looks awesome. Looks
yeah,
good,
thank
man.
you so much.
Is that all your own? Is it all your own work? Have you had people?
No,
you
I
said that it's with
I
pressure, so-
outsourced. Yeah. So I haven't actually mentioned this to anybody as yet. So that's like on a little side note. I actually funded the whole project independently, and I did that by literally putting together a crowdfund campaign and sending it to my fan base and like inner circle and raising all the money. Like I don't want to put the figure down because, you know, 1,000 rand to one person is peanuts to another person and vice versa. So
Absolutely.
we're not going to talk
It's
rands and cents, but
it's also broadly meaningless to me because I don't know what the don't know what the.
so yeah, I raised the point that I'm trying to make is I raised a substantial amount of money via a crowdfund, which I'm very blessed to be able to speak to you guys about tonight. Like my fans and friends and support structure, like really floored me with the amount of help that I got. I managed to raise all the funds that I needed, like to the cent.
That's brilliant.
To do the EP and the music. And I mean, it was more of about what I loved about it was a way to just pay everything forward because okay, I need this much for website. Okay, that money is gone through me as a channel and it's gone to the person who needs it for the website and the merchandise and photos and music and recording. You know, so it was just such a cool thing to see happen.
So you're generating employment for people. That's and income for other people as well.
It just shows it can be done as well.
I've never heard it expressed that way. I never thought of it that way. But that's that, like you said, paying it forward. That's such a brilliant thing. So you mean, obviously you get the result, but that means someone's
I mean,
had a job to do, which is great.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted to accomplish with it was, and I was very blatant about it. It wasn't about people investing and you'll get a rebate on this or that. It was a, you know, in the 1700s or whatever the case was, you had patrons of the arts who understood that music and art and that needed to be guided and needed to be funded, and so you became a patron of the arts and you took on a musician, an artist, whatever the case is, a sculptor, and you gave them the means to be able to make that art. And that was sort of the approach that I took to acquiring the funds that I needed from my own patrons, saying, I want to do this goal. I'm going to get to that goal regardless of the challenges, you know. My focus is not to raise all this money so that I can say, oh, you know what, I bought myself a Gibson custom. Thanks so much, guys. You
so nice of you.
Yeah, the album will come up like next time.
You've bought me a nice present.
You know,
you're quite right, and that of course is why Patreon, that's why it's called Patreon. For exactly that reason. It was that like patronizing. That sounds wrong. Patronizing? No. The patronage of the arts. Was it how easy was it to make that step to kind of go, I'm going to do this? Because I imagine there must have been a sort of point where you go, as I've come across with many artists who have talked about doing sort of fundraising, Kickstarter type things, to have that point where they go, people are going to be annoyed at me for asking for this, actually, or I might push people away rather than actually get. How easy was it to actually take the step to kind of go? I'm just going to do this.
We've got enough time. No, this is a good conversation to have, and I think it's important.
I actually love this opportunity to be able to share this because there's a few levels of this whole thing, and I've always said that I'm prepared to give information away for free as often as I can, especially if it's helped me, because I feel that in music, in business and whatever, we're so fixated on like holding on to all the answers. I mean, oftentimes you can give somebody a step-by-step guide to doing something and they still won't do it. If you're not ambitious enough or you're not motivated enough, nobody's going to be able to force you to do it.
100%.
So with that said, basically what I did is I put together a step-by-step plan of what I wanted to accomplish, regardless of the funds. So I said I wanted to do music that I felt extremely proud of and that I would be prepared to share on an international platform, you know.
Yep.
I've had that goal since I was 12 years old, you know, so nothing has changed really there. I spent the time researching what it is that I need to get that done and speaking to as many people as I could and asking them for their advice. My peers in the industry, anybody who might, I mean, I've always tried to be as humble as I can with receiving of information, you know, and then having enough confidence to either, you know, utilize or discard the information that's been received, you know. So it doesn't mean that somebody else necessarily has the right opinion or idea for you.
Yeah.
But having said that, I put this very in-depth plan together about what I wanted to accomplish and how I thought I could do it. And then what I did is, the last step of this whole equation was actually just getting everything funded. So I actually just started the process, like without even knowing where the funds were going to come from. I took that plan and I sent that to patrons, and I told them, this is what I want to do. This is how I intend to do it. The only thing hindering me from being at point A to point B is the amount of funds that I need. And anything from 0 funds and up will assist me. If you can contribute in any way and you're in a position and you're willing and able to, I mean, I'm not going to go to the guy on the street and be like, hey, dude, I see you just got a 5 rand in your cup. Can I have that? You know? But it's more about people that are, you know, everybody's in a different walk of life. So if it means that a person was able to share the PDF file that I created with their fan base, then 100%. Thank you for doing that. You know, it all adds up. And I got some very interesting feedback from it. And like I said, I was absolutely humbled and blown away by the contributions that I received from people that I didn't really expect, you know. So I had to have a level of humility. It's difficult to ask people for things. It's difficult to ask for help. It's difficult to like sort of step out of the box. But if you want something badly enough and you're prepared to do it with integrity and in a dignified way, I think that should probably outweigh any like reservations that you have. Yeah, people are going to say no to you all the time, but like I'm not really worried about someone's no. That doesn't bother me. Like, no, I can't help. Well, thank you so much. I hope to see you at a show, or if there's anything I can do in return, you know.
No bad feelings.
No, and the other side of the coin is making 100% sure that what I promise to deliver, I deliver to the absolute best that I can. So thank you for giving me these funds and for your trust and belief in me. And I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to make this the best fucking rock album that I can, you know? And that's what I did,
a huge amount of accountability there as well. It reminded me of a phrase a guy said to me, I think it was in a training program or something, said it's okay to ask for anything that you want, as long as it's okay for the person that you're asking to say no. I thought was just tremendous advice. It's very freeing. So you can ask for anything.
We got a
visitor.
Studio.
Now we've had one in the studio. Now they won't leave us alone.
Now we got Milo. Milo's going to say hello.
You really can ask. Hello, Milo.
Come down, Milo. Come.
You really can ask people for many things, and like I mentioned, everybody comes from a different walk of life, and we don't know the difficulties and challenges and all sorts of things that exist in each other's lives. But I think that I really feel like the only way to build a successful career is to do it on the backbone of integrity, making sure that there's nothing shady. There's nothing that, you know, there's nothing that you wouldn't want somebody else to see or hear about, you know. And the only reason I haven't really shared this kind of information as yet about the process is because I feel like
because you were waiting for tonight.
I was waiting for tonight. I think it's super important, like for human beings to give each other the respect to listen. You
Absolutely.
know, the amount of information that I got like for free from my peers is unbelievable. That valuable information, you know,
definitely.
From like the guys from Volvadinia, for example, like this heavy death metal band that's doing so well, and I'm lucky enough to know the guys on somewhat of a personal level, and I just phoned Chris and I said, hey man, like I would like to ask your opinion on this and that. He said to me, dude, you're like one of the only people that's ever phoned me and asked me this question, and I'm like happy to help. And to me, that was such a valuable piece of information. I'm
Absolutely.
like, dude, that's these people in marketing and whatever are charging you like all this money to like, oh, we can do your Facebook for you and we can do that. And I'm like, you guys don't know fucking anything that you're talking about. You don't know my business, you know. You don't know
you don't know our industry. I mean,
you don't know what I'm doing, you know. But you can do some things and like, oh, we'll tell you how to do your Facebook. Like, no, you won't. Like,
That is going to cost you X amount per post and per like and per this and per that.
Yeah, so where you really can absorb information from your peers and people around you, I think you owe it to yourself as an artist or a business person to really, see the value in that and see that maybe their opinion or their information isn't exactly right for you, but to give yourself the opportunity to at least hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
And then decide, okay, that was great. Can I utilize it? Or no, that didn't work for me, but thank you so much for your time.
Yeah. And that they will want to share as well. That I think sometimes there's that nervousness about asking people. So, well, they won't want to, why would they want to tell me their secrets? But generally, people do actually want to help.
People love to help. People, it's in our nature. Human nature is to help.
Yeah, exactly. When you say, can you help me out? How did you do that? Usually people go, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you what went wrong as well. I'll tell you where it went fucking tits up.
Big shout out quick to Mom. Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Sandy. She's on every show. Big shout out to Dylan.
Whose mom is that?
My mom. Where's your mom? She's normally always watching.
Yeah. She's normally commenting. And
I know. Your mom, did you send her the link? Well, she's on your page.
Yeah, no,
so
she'll be here in a minute. Just give
and
her
Jamie,
a second.
She's going, normally I watch, but...
Then she's like, Ross, why are you wearing that hat? It's hot. Get rid of that. I'm like, Mom, my friends are here. Not in front of my friends, Mom.
So did you sorry to kind of just ask you one more question about this, Ross.
No.
Did you build your own infrastructure then for this, or were you
No,
one of those sort of Kickstarter type things?
Yeah, I sort of outsourced everything that I could. So I had a lady called Robin Cameron. She did the website for me. A guy called Hein Kruger did all the photos. A guy called Russell McCalligan did the video, which again was a reference from Chris from Valverdino. I phoned Chris. I was like, hey, dude, I need an independent video done. He said, go to Russell. Russell was the perfect guy for the job. So I outsourced everything.
I was thinking even just the fundraising thing though. Did you actually create?
Maddie is always
I did. I did that 100% independently. Yeah. So I didn't. It wasn't on social media.
So you didn't use a platform as such like Kickstarter or something like that to raise the funding?
My banking details.
Your banking details and a PDF.
Yeah,
cool.
my banking details.
And the reason I ask is because a couple of the artists that I know that have successfully run similar campaigns for albums and things like that, same thing. They went and looked at the sort of the Kickstarter, and as they've said, nothing against those platforms. They're really useful, but also I didn't want to do it that way and created the infrastructure themselves. So I think that, again, there's that kind of sense that, I have to do that. You don't. If you feel that doesn't work for you, you can make it up yourself.
There's all sorts of ways. Yeah. There's so many ways to do things.
Yeah, and I think, just getting back to that to a degree, there's a lot of new technologies that are starting to help us find new ways of also raising revenue and bringing new sources of income in for the music industry. Because I think the one thing that COVID has done is made us refocus and readjust the way we make money. And I mean, yes, we're starting to get gigs going again, but the problem we have now, we've lost all the venues. Like the venues we had before COVID, most of a good 50% of them have now disappeared. So you're now having to try 30 bands instead of getting into 10 venues. You've now got 40 bands trying to get into 3 venues or 5. And now all of a sudden the venues are going, well, we hold the purse strings now, so we can dictate what we're going to pay you, where you might have been paid 10 grand for a show before, you're only going to get 5 now. So, these kind of things, and I think doing things like this, these fundraising things, we spoke about it last week, Martin. We're launching a live streaming platform helping to monetize the video stream. So you can sell merch during your live stream, et cetera, which we've been running some tests on. And we're really excited. It's called Culips, which is going to be launching in about a month's time with us. But just different ways of raising money to be able to fund what we do and to be able to fund the next album or the next video, because we know it's not cheap. These things cost money. And, there's that famous thing that the guy drives with the van of £100,000 worth of equipment in the back for a £5 gig. It's crazy. And then the venue still argues, why do I still have to pay you £5? Why can't you just play for free?
But on the other side of that coin is that I hope that COVID and all this kind of thing has given artists a slightly different approach to gigs and what it means to play a gig. If you relied solely on gigs as an artist up to the point of COVID, you were doing something wrong. Like something wasn't working there. Like you needed to have all of your like royalty infrastructure in place, and you needed to have all your, like, artists don't want to know about admin, but the fact of the matter is, my brothers and sisters out there, if you don't do the admin, nobody's going to do it for you, you know? Do the fucking admin. Like, it's a tedious task, but like when you start to see royalties accumulating from gigs and small things like, you know, gigs and live performances and all sorts of stuff, at the end of the year, you go like, oh my God, like I just got some bucks now, and it doesn't matter that I didn't have a gig for 6 months because I've actually been accumulating it in a different way. I've been using my merchandise, you know, like I pushed my merchandise in COVID hard, you know, and all sorts of things. I quit my day job in the middle of COVID. Let me put it to you like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that was when you told me, it's like, hello, I'm like, dude, that takes balls.
Well,
I mean,
you know, no brain, no pain. That's
well,
what they
exactly.
say.
So we also went through that in terms of the studio, as we said before. We, like, in the middle of COVID, decided, well, let's build a studio. I mean, they'll come. Well, luckily enough, they have come, and we've been very lucky. But guys, let's take a little bit of a break. Let's take a bit of a break and play some, because this is called New Music Mondays. Which is what the show's all about. So let's Martin, you sent a couple of new tracks through, and I think the first one we picked up on was a band called The Great Leslie. If I'm not mistaken. I hope I've got the right video, but I do think this is the correct one. So let's check it out. This is The Great Leslie.
About last night, I think it's called.
Well, let's check it out. Here we go. New Music Mondays. Have I got the right one? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I took the bedroom. I fell in the water, you stopped me sinking. Won't forget the times we kept forgetting.
there we have it, the great Leslie.
Background saying the great.
In the very background.
Tick-a-ding.
It's like trying to scream.
London-based
one, so-
indie alternative band formed in June 2020, which always astonishes. Anytime I hear this at the moment, I hear bands that saying, "Oh, we formed in summer 2020." I'm like, how?
You were in lockdown properly in the UK in that
Yeah.
trend.
You were being naughty.
So how
Yes.
did you even get together? So if you managed to get not just get the band together, but make records as well, it's like that's quite impressive.
You were being naughty.
That's the
Very
that's the-
reminiscent of a South African band called Short Straw, who have been around since the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guys should go and take a listen. So, yeah, I mean, Ross and I were chatting about it while the video was playing. That's like, that's Short Straw down to a T.
Well, I was like, is this a South African band?
Band, yeah. Because it's such a South African sound right now that.
There's something
Well, it has
about that like sort of staccato like guitar that like feels very South
Very
African
sort of
indie.
two-door cinema club, very sort
Cinema-
of similar,
yeah,
similar
yeah,
sound
yeah,
to,
yeah.
to that. They kind of say they're influenced by Nothing But Thieves as well, which I don't quite get. That
No,
as much
I
as
don't
they
get
do
that.
similar. And Circa Waves, I think, are an influence on them as well. Which I get the Circa Waves two-door cinema club, not so much the Nothing But Thieves. Maybe
No.
apart from Attitude, which is
Maybe.
you got
Maybe.
to have attitude.
I felt like they had there's like a kind of seriousness to it though, so maybe that's where it leans, because it's like that kind of sound can easily like just be a party sort of thing, and I get from like the video and that they were sort of leaning towards that, but there is, I don't know, sometimes you'll hear something in a tune that's like, oh, there's something melancholy in there somewhere, you know. It felt a little bit like that to me, like in a good way. I like that kind of music, you know.
Yeah, I get
So
that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
they're
definitely.
on a run of singles at the moment. Current one's actually called "It's All Right." That's their that's not their most recent single, but that's the one they've got the video for out at the moment. But yeah, on a run of 4 singles at the moment, all pretty cool, all quite up tempo, good stuff. Look like a good band to see live.
yeah, and impressive that they did it so quickly, because I mean, if they formed in 2020 and they've
Yeah, on the
been
runner singles, they've
releasing
been
a whole
going, yeah.
bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
they've been grafting hard, obviously. So that's always a good thing.
Good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Let's get. Let's chat about the new single, because I think we want to.
Oh Lord.
Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Oh, we're back,
Okay,
we're
we're
back,
back.
we're back.
We must have been a little bit of an internet issue there.
So you're back.
It's
From
that-
outer space. Just around now, because you're not welcome in this place.
Welcome
That's
to
my new
Disco
single.
Nights on
Welcome to Disco Nights.
DiscovrTV.
Yeah, my new
DiscovrTV
my new
Disco
album is
Nights.
blues disco. It's death metal disco.
Let's get back to chatting
Talking
a little bit
doing
about the
covers
single.
earlier on. That's just a surprise cover from Ross Harding. It's,
Oh, no, wait, no, he can. There's a guitar over here. If I have to start getting him going, we'll be here all night,
We'll be here all week.
all week,
Yeah.
all week. We've actually been, hang on, we've been chatting about doing this. So our plan is to do an 80s Ross Harding styled cover EP of like Madonna.
Like 80s, like cool 80s,
cool
like
80s
vibes,
tracks,
you
and
know.
like playing those really cool 80s tracks, but done in this very kind of like
deranged way.
deranged way. Yeah, I suppose that's the best way to put
Ross,
it. Deranged.
Ross and Jules together.
Yeah,
It will-
Ross and
it
Jules.
will be-
Jills. Okay.
It will be depressing.
Yeah,
in,
It's
in
not
the,
as
in the
depressing-
best
it's not as
way.
depressing as
But in the
depressed
night, in the best way possible.
best way
you know,
possible.
like a black flower, you know, that kind of vibe.
So, right, let's chat about Resurrection. Brand new single that's out, Russ. Tell us a little bit about how this track came together, and also a little bit about the music video, because that was obviously the music video was part of this whole funding project as well. Take us a little bit into the track.
The track Resurrection, aptly named, is about that rebirth and growth. As I think I wrote a little blurb about it somewhere for the social media stuff, and I used terms like rebellion and that kind of thing. Not so much in an anarchy like 70s punk way, but more in about the way that one thinks. Thinking outside of the box. Like now we approached with, we've been thinking a certain way and it's not working. So how do we expand from this idea? So that's kind of the core idea of the song. And it actually came together very, very quickly. Like I wrote the song. It was one of those songs that like just happened. I had a riff and I had a lyric, and then it just like 5 minutes, the song was done. And I didn't really, it wasn't a very strenuous process, but it had, it's fun, it's weird to use this term, but the song itself influenced me rather than something, if that makes sense. It was almost like, oh, this is something different, but it sounds right, but where did it come from like so quickly, And that sort of set the that sort of set the tone for the whole project, and songs that like would eventually come back from Black Harbor things and other times that I'd written in that have made themselves present in this set, did a similar thing. So although they come from different eras, so to speak, they find themselves sort of gelling.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that said, the idea of the video, when I spoke to Russell, I said I need it to be really dark because it needs to feel like being inside the womb. If you, that sort of idea of rebirth, like
He's dressed in black.
For now, it's getting really hot. I've got paisley on today. As well.
Okay.
Skulls and stuff on the. Yeah, paisley is cool now, bro.
Paisley is cool.
Who's ever seen black paisley before? It's cool.
Right here.
It's like a black tartan. I mean, that is an awesome thing. If you've ever seen a black tartan, that's an awesome thing as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the song is very much about thinking outside of the box. I've never really been one to take direct stabs at the establishment, as it were. I feel like it's unbecoming just for my own, my own style. It's rather about a conversation.
Yeah.
And that I think all my music is kind of like that. You can read into it as much as you like or not. If you want to read it at surface value, that's fine with me. As long as you enjoy it and it gives you that satisfaction. But if you dive a little deeper and you want to see like your own metaphors and things in there, it will be there, And like I've always said, I'm happy to. I love having those conversations with fans. That always like, hey man, I saw you wrote this lyric, and I'm like, yes, I did. Were you quoting Carl Jung? I'm like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I was. And but I mean, you can't expect that to be the case for every kind of song and every kind of audience. Sometimes people just want to come to the show and rock the fuck out, and that's 100% with me.
Absolutely. Well, should we check out the video? I think here we go. Let's do this. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Harding, Resurrection on New Music Mondays. We love this.
Born again, I'm king in water. I squeeze the fire from her rose and bring me sweet fire and water depth, in love with the dark and nightly things. Everyone wants a little devil in them, I've seen. Red love and fire flowing from the black, I reach the knowing. Red love and fire flowing from the black, I reach the knowing. My way and bring me sweet fire.
Grazie.
not Russell Crowe.
Grazie.
Love it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Grazie.
Not Russell Crowe. What's not
Thank-
Russell Crowe?
That's the Russell McCallaghan gentleman who did the video. Not Russell Crowe.
So hang on, before we get to that, there's a second part to this. So there's another video coming out, which is the follow-up to that. So this actual video is a two-piece.
It's a two-piece, yeah. It will make sense when the video is released.
When that's coming?
19 November.
We'll have it here. I can tell you that now.
It's
We
a
will
Friday.
have it
It's
here.
a Friday, so then like
Monday we'll be
the
playing it on
Monday.
New Music Mondays.
Good.
That would be
guy
awesome.
Is, like, got stuff planned.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
There's a second part, and not only that, but I actually know when it's coming out. It's like, you may think that's usual. It's not.
I only know that because of the wonderful people at Mongrel Records who told me that.
Yeah.
They were like, listen, dude,
But yeah,
this one is coming out on this day.
I can also imagine a record, the guys at a record label have been telling the artist, and he's going like, "When's it coming out?" And he's going, "I don't know." And then
I don't know.
"We
When's
told
what
him
coming out?
It was coming
When-
out
yeah.
on the 19th of November. We
And
told him.
a big shout out to Mongrel because they are doing some amazing stuff. The new Springbok New Girls that we've been playing
Oh,
as
that's
well.
a good album,
Straight
bro.
off Mongrel
Yeah.
Records. They are doing
That's a
something
killer album.
killer stuff. I know that Springbok New Girls are in Joburg this week, actually. They're performing live at Bailey's, I think, on Wednesday. And Sonage this weekend. I'm gonna
That's a
have to
cool
try and get
venue,
there.
eh?
It's Sonage.
That's a Sonage venue.
But
yeah.
apparently the acoustics are not great inside. So because it's tin roof, isn't it?
It's like a warehouse.
It's like a warehouse, so it struggles a bit with acoustics. So that's the only thing that I have heard. But the graphics and the video stuff is like,
Bro,
wow.
It looks, yeah.
Ross, this this guy is so hot. You can resurrect me anytime.
That's, oh, Lord.
Sure that-
Hello, Ange.
Not sure what it means.
I actually know her.
No, really,
you
no.
can-
She's my wife's bestie. So they're having a proper laugh now, them two. While I'm blushing here on the,
He's gone very red
on the internet.
on the interwebs.
Internet.
I'm just like,
Excellent.
Now, guys, when I tell you that track is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this album, this EP. There are tracks on here that are just mind blowing, and I've been very, very lucky to hear quite a few of the tracks as well. And oh man, it just gets better and better. This is just the beginning. This young man has a very, very, very bright future ahead of him, and I'm very excited to see where this goes.
EP,
And
not long to wait. Is it January? Is that the
Yeah,
EP
the-
scheduled date?
yeah, Jen. I don't know what day exactly. I can't remember. I'm not that
January.
good.
January.
I'm good, but I'm not that good.
we got some exciting stuff lined
want
up
me
with
to tell you?
DiscovrTV with the band as well. That we're also planning on doing. We've got some awesome
We're gonna
ideas.
film in the desert.
We're going to film in the desert. Been wanting to do that for ages.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to go into the desert or find the most insane location and just go and film some really,
There's going to
really
be
cool stuff.
coyotes and dragons and
Dragons.
Yeah.
like kimono
That
dragons.
I would like to see.
Yep. So I'm
It
really,
looks
really
like you found
excited.
it looks like you found some good locations for the video there. Anyway, that was cool.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
filmed that video in Santon City. And I was telling Jules now, he must remind me, but I've remembered.
You've remembered now.
We got in a whole lot of trouble filming the video as well. Because we went around like to different locations in Santon, and then we discovered that a whole bunch of them were private property, and then we had like rent-a-cops like, hey, fuck off, yeah, you know what are you guys doing? Like, just let us get the shot. We'll be like just one, like, no, leave, like, you can't be. But then obviously we filmed it and we got it together, and so fuck you, Santon City.
But please have us back.
So anyway,
Yeah.
let's just quickly, while we're on the subject of new music videos, while we get to that, I've got a little snippet I'd like to play. We're right in the middle of editing a brand new music video, which was being shot by the Discovered and the Rockets team, which I'm quite excited about. As we've spoken before, there is this wave of dance music that is taking over South Africa in a massive, massive way, and globally. I mean, to the point that Amapiano has now taken over the UK. I mean, it's like literally, but we had so much fun with this, and we shot this about a week ago, literally a week ago, and this is just a little snippet because this is coming out next Thursday, and the video will be on New Music Mondays the following Monday. But I'm really excited. This is Muhammad. This is just going to give you a snippet, just because I can. Why not? Because I want to.
Do it.
Do it. Here we go. This is Don Perignon.
Do it.
Ararkoko te roba munyako. Exetumsa Obeiti wena ntwana tsa di hub my homies Ba go tholo di betile buketile le stock se se love And next thing go kopa le go tsubana wa qaba ka segane somebody nice Obeiti wena ntwana tsa di hub Obeiti wena ntwana tsa di hub Abe rona re tsere sa bosira ka di bala re di drug dealer Come on 990 ya move again ise di ke fetse le di nyoko tsa go fila What is something ke go dealer ka boss Live and direct I don't want man what the khuba ta ke survivor my man
Mati don't pere yo Ba keep on my way Mati don't pere yo Ba keep on my way Mina na tsika Mati don't pere yo Ba be mama happy Mati don't
Films
pere
edited
yo
by the brilliant young Ali Benet from the DiscovrTV team. We're really excited. That's just a little snippet that's going to be releasing in about a week's time. We've got a big party happening.
Why are you talking to a shoe? I don't know.
It's a whole thing. No, you know where that comes from? Do you know where that comes from? That was, what's his name, the Formula One driver, Daniel Ricciardo. It's a big Australian thing. It's a big Australian
he
thing
drinks
when
out
they
the shoe,
celebrate.
doesn't
Yeah, but it's a celebration thing that they drink out of the shoe to celebrate. I'm not exactly 100% sure of exactly how, but yeah, that's just a snippet filmed by the...
Daniel Ricciardo literally fills his shoe up with champagne and then drinks it out of the shoe. Yeah.
Exactly. So it is a big thing. That's just a taste of the video that's coming out next
All I
week.
know
a
is
massive
that
party.
that like style of music is massive
No,
at the
massive.
moment.
It's like
Blowing.
ridiculous.
It's blowing
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, and it's going global. I mean, literally, Major League, who are one of the big piano guys, they literally are headlining shows out of the US, out of the UK. It's going crazy. Things are just like extremely blowing up, and you know, it's what's happening. So that's just a taste that's going to be coming out next week, Thursday. We've got a big launch party at Rockets happening for that. Which we'll be at, and yeah, just some exciting stuff happening as well.
I don't think they were on the Heineken Zero.
No,
No, they were on Dom Perignon.
they won't Don
Perignon.
Perignon. Yeah,
Don
Don
Perignon.
Perignon. Don Perignon. But anyways, look, this night is just flying. But it's time for the top 6. It is time, Martin. It is time for the top 6, ladies and gentlemen.
That's 6.
This is it. Are you ready? Are you ready, Ross? All right.
I thought
There's some new
I
entries.
thought someone was about to throw a football at you, but I realised you were doing a 6 as well.
Some new entries, some old entries, some new music. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The New Music Mondays top 6. Coming in at number 6 and down from the previous number 1. It's Roxanne Sebastian, Ordinary Love.
This is ordinary.
Went to our album launch show last Thursday. Excellent.
And a brand new number 5.
Bring me sweet
Coming in at number 5, Ross Harding with Resurrection.
Never heard of it.
in love
We should
with
get him on
Never heard this before.
Damn,
Who's this? Good.
love it hurts
Number
just
4,
to
Tell Me
be
No.
around. I'm the kind of hate you
Up from last week's number 5, Hurting Love.
you never find.
Thinking he's a top shelf sitting around still.
Number 3, all the way up from last week's number 6, Georgia Nevada, Son on a Shoestring.
He's a sin on a shoestring. Wouldn't do what he said.
And up from number 3, or 4 last week, is Springbok Noodles. Crystal Ball.
Gatekeeper to your kingdom,
Loving this.
gardener to your life.
And holding steady at number 1 for a second week in a row is Golden Blue with Wine.
Dead when I'm dead. You call I won't go bad, but I've got friends with benefits. Who's round? My round. Take a look and I can't be found.
That's this week's top 6 on New Music Mondays.
Such a simple concept for a video. It's really effective.
Yeah, great video.
Who are those guys, eh?
Oh, they're from the
Golden
UK as
Blue,
well.
really
I love that. That
That's
was
the-
like
that's their first
3
single.
seconds, and I was like,
They're
Fuck
about.
yeah, this
it's
is
got
good.
two released last well, 2 sort of pre-lockdown, so about 18 months ago.
I'm gonna look for them on Instagram right
Yeah,
now.
Golden Bloom, really cool. Although they have been picked up, they've got art support management through their label now as well. So expecting bigger things now.
Bloody
as well.
salads, god damn! I'm just kidding.
It's just gonna help them with the exposure, isn't it? It's just gonna help them generate a little bit
I'm
more.
gonna
interest
follow
in it.
them right now.
Yeah, really
Brilliant band, yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see what else these guys come up with, because that
boys.
track is phenomenal. We had them on the show a couple of weeks ago, holding steady to the number 1 spot for the second week in a row. But yeah, you can go and check out all these artists available on our DiscovrTV YouTube channel on the New Music Mondays playlist. So do go and check that out and subscribe to our channel. We're over 1,000 now, so we're quite excited about that. We finally got that over 1,000 and growing. So yeah, it's definitely go and check out all these great videos. They'll be all added to our Tonight Show as well. Will be added to the playlist.
Adele
Yes.
had 75 million views.
In like 3 days or something stupid.
Yeah.
It's insane.
On
eh?
her new
But the Adele video.
Yeah, it's like
I saw on
75 million.
Apple at like Resurrection and Adele was on the same
Yes.
like release day. And
Yeah.
I was just like, this fucking Adele. Jeez.
How
Just
dare
come in here
you,
and
how
steal
dare
my
you.
thunder. Why don't you, Adele? Singing about heartbreak again, Adele.
I know.
Well, she has just got divorced, so it kind of does make sense, doesn't it?
And she does. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
And
she
listen,
looks
I mean-
good, eh? She like got all
Listen.
fit, and
Yeah,
I was just like, yeah, this lady's, she's clapping.
Big
it.
up to her. I mean, and everybody's like, oh, but she hasn't changed her sound.
Well-
It's Adele, guys.
Well done,
What
Adele.
else do you want?
Why do people have to change their sound?
Exactly. It's Adele. Adele delivers
'Cause
big ballads.
Because if she had changed her sound, there would be just as many people going, why
They're
did she
going,
change
whoa,
her
why
sound?
she changed her
Oh,
Why
sound?
did you
What
change
was
your
it?"
sound?
I was wanting classic Adele. Why have we got?
Yeah, it's going to happen. So, yeah, they
So what's the answer, artists? Do what you fucking want.
fucking want.
Amen.
Amen. Amen to that.
Amen.
Play what you want to fucking
You
play.
do you, Adele.
Yep, absolutely. So, yeah, let's get back to Mr. Ross Harding, who's been joining us in studio. Jeepers, you see, an hour's gone already. Can you freaking believe it?
That's what happens when you have interesting, fascinating, and intelligent
does.
people on talk.
Because we're having so much fun on
Russ-
on the TV.
I'm just jealous I'm not there now.
I'm on the
I
TV,
know.
Ma.
So,
Hi, Mum, I'm on the tally.
Mod. Let's just quickly talk about that. You're not here because, and I think I did speak to you today. I'm determined. I am determined, and if anybody's watching this from the festivals that I'm determined to get the band onto, is to get King's Parade to South Africa next year, and you have to come with him.
I've been checking flight prices already, mate.
We'll do some exchange students. So you send a band over here, and then Jules will send me.
So
their-
this is the plan. So we are actually that's the plan for 2022. We want to bring us a UK band here.
Martin
and then
said
send
we
to
can
South
stay at
Africa.
his house.
I
He'll
thi-
pay
I
for our
think- I think
flights.
you missed
There you
Mar-
go.
I know, Jules,
Martin
I know
is
you
such a
said
good guy.
The plan is we'll take a band and we'll take our band. No, it's not our band, Jules. It's Ross. That's what he's saying. It's not a band from the South Africa. It's Ross.
No, but the other guys need to come with. So Jules, like so.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm
Martin,
going to come because I've
I'm
got
gonna need a
to
bigger
document
house.
it.
yeah, I promise we won't make a mess at your house.
Yeah.
So-
We'll wash
Yeah.
the dishes.
So yeah, we're definitely determined to try and pull off some stuff in the new year. As well, obviously, we're launching the live streaming platform where we're going to be able to help artists to monetize their content as well. So some exciting stuff happening. But Ross, let's just get back to what's happening with Ross Harding over the next couple of months and what are the plans?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, no, no, I'm just talking randomly, asking random questions to random people that are not here.
Bro, I think it's all about getting the EP out as much as we can, and I've been doing this for some time, but for all intents and purposes, it's kind of like breaking a new artist. So
Yep.
we just got that experience behind us and the team. So it's about getting that exposure up. By the way, if you haven't followed us yet on your favorite thing to follow us on social media, Ross Harding Music or Ross Harding Official, please do so. Thank you. But yeah, so it's all about promotion and getting the shows out. That's the most important thing to me, man, is the number one reason why I do this is because I like to play my guitar fucking loud on stage. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to play some shows. We've got a European tour in the pipeline that we've been working on for like 2 years already. I started putting stuff together before I even like wrote any music and that like a
When's
contact
that
list.
scheduled for?
I hope that it will be June, July.
Well, that's perfect
2022.
timing because that's when we want to come to the UK. Hey, Martin.
Summertime. So the UK is not on the schedule.
Summer's definitely
Well,
when
it's
you want to
now on the schedule.
Yeah, now okay, lekker. No, that's
UK will
fine.
now be on the schedule.
So yeah, it's really just about pushing the shows and getting the word out there about the new music as much as we can.
Oh, no, we're excited. I mean, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for
tonight.
having me, man. Honestly.
Yeah, it's been another killer New Music Mondays. Love it. Guys,
Love
please go and
it.
remember, subscribe. You can follow Ross on Instagram /Ross Harding Official, as
Other
well as on
social media
Facebook. I think it's all the
platforms
same.
are
It's all the same, no?
available.
Yeah, Ross Harding.
Hey? Sorry, Martin?
I just said other social media platforms are available. I just happened to
Yeah.
pick that one first. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Or if the easy thing is you can go to the website.
RossHarding.com.
Yeah,
That'd be
Ross
the
Harding
best
Music.
place. And
Ross
then
Harding Music.
Music.com. And
if
then
you
just
go there, you'll see some amazing merchandise, as has already been mentioned a few times.
Yep.
So they're fantastic.
we've
looking
got some
t-shirts there.
we've got some cool things. We've got baseball shirts coming and mugs and
nice.
things for Christmas.
You have
so
to get a
can,
nice mug here.
you know,
Discover
yeah,
TV
yeah, I
table.
think
Yeah.
you can buy some things for your girlfriend, you know, for your cousins for Christmas, some
boots.
shirts for your boots, you know. So go on my website and buy stuff.
Guys, just go and buy stuff. Go and support Ross Harding Music. Go support RossHardingMusic.com. And yeah, thanks, Ross, so much for joining us
Thank
tonight.
you, gentlemen, for having me.
We're going to play out with
appreciate it very much.
another brand new single from a band called The Late Aprils. Martin, I'll see you next week.
See you then. Bye.
This is New Music Mondays. This is The Late Aprils with Clouds. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.